All right, so now we got to talk about this top running backs list from ESPN and our boy Jeremy Fowler. And as I always do, I'm giving caveats because we know we get new viewers, new people that tune into the show for the first time, and they might be asking themselves, whoa, Moats, what makes this ESPN top 10 list any different from some of these other top 10 lists that we see that are voted upon amongst fans and released? The big thing is the people who vote upon this ESPN list is NFL executives, GMs, coaches. So it has a lot more weight that's held to it because these are legit football guys. Think all pro versus Pro Bowl. I say it till the cows come home, baby. So without further ado, Mr. Deke. Talk to me, man. What we got in this list, man? How we looking? Is it 14 names up here or is it 15? I think it's 14, right?
Yeah, they only drop 14.
Yeah, they always mix it up. Sometimes you get
receivers
game is 19.
Receivers,
yeah. They always playing around with this. So let's see how many people are up here. You said 14 people. All right, let's get the read off. Let's go.
Number 10, Josh Jacobs, Las Vegas.
Josh.
Number 9, Joe Mixon, Cincy.
Okay. Yeah, good player.
8, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers.
At 8. Okay, interesting.
There's a lot of good running backs.
Yeah, but
7, Zeke Elliott, Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
6, Saquon Barkley, New York Giants.
Okay.
5, CMC, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb at number 4, Cleveland Browns.
Nick, yeah.
Dalvin Cook, your boy, at number 3, Minnesota Vikings.
You funny, your boy. I can see it.
Number 2, Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints. And then number 1, Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans.
King Henry. Oh, actually, I can't call him King. You know, we can call him. Yeah, he's King Henry. Yeah, that's what he goes by. I was thinking about King Mel. That's Melvin Ingram's rap name.
Yeah, I don't know if we can call Henry that anymore.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's King Mel.
It's King Mel now.
Double-digit sacks.
You know,
for Mel. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor these are honorable mentions. Then Jonathan Taylor for the Colts.
Okay.
Kareem Hunt, Cleveland Browns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, KC Chiefs, and then Miles Sanders, Philly Eagles.
Okay.
So those were 11 to 14. And you want me to rattle off 10 to 1 again?
Yeah. Let me get that one more time, please.
Josh Jacobs 10, Joe Mixon 9, Aaron Jones 8, Zeke Elliott at 7, Saquon Barkley 6, Christian McCaffrey 5, 4 Nick Chubb, 3 Dalvin Cook, 2 Alvin Kamara, and number 1 Derrick Henry.
So I will say this: I do think they have the correct names. I don't like the orders though.
Okay.
I do like the names though. I don't think that, like James Conner, for example, I don't think that he falls into the honorable mention category just based off of the year that he's coming off of. I don't think that. I'm trying to think of another guy.
There's a few names I
like
thought.
Le'Veon. I don't think he should be up here. Like he hasn't done anything, right? Not of lately. Who else? David Johnson. That's another guy who's down in Houston. I don't think he should be up here. I think they have the right names.
There's a few names I thought for honorable mention.
Okay.
But it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, you got to take this guy out because I think they're all pretty similar.
So who do you think then for your honorable mentions?
I was thinking you could throw these guys in there. I'm not saying you have to. James Robinson. Whenever you have here, let me put it to you this way. Whenever you have
that he had was very impressive.
That's what I mean. If you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire in there and Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt even, I think Kareem Hunt as a player, he probably could be in the top 10, but just based off production, he's splitting carries and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like James Robinson had over 1,000 yards last year.
Honestly,
David Montgomery too.
Like this is my thing. I like Montgomery and I like Robinson, and I would put them on the list. But my bigger issue is with the list when you bring like Saquon. Saquon didn't play enough last year to be at 6 like that. But I understand because of how dynamic and what you expect from him. So it's hard to not have him on the list. But to me, I think that's the part where I have a hard time because I'm like, dude, Robinson was dope. We talked about him last year in Jacksonville, man. He looked good. He did his thing, beat the odds, like was checking every box you want to have checked. But even though Saquon didn't play, I'm like, we know Saquon's the better player. We know Saquon brings more to the table. But if we're just basing off of what happened last year and what we're looking into, that's where I'm just like, dang, man, I feel like he should be on the list somewhere.
The thing against Robinson and probably even the thing against Montgomery then is I don't know how much they're weighing into what these guys are going to do in 2021. I'm sure they are a little bit.
Because I think Zeke's the same.
The Bears drafted Javonte Williams and then the Jaguars brought in Travis Etienne. Yep. So they might not have as big of a role. Whereas with Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
because Jacksonville, they're definitely Jacksonville, Etienne, that offense is running through. I mean, like he's going to be their guy.
And then I can get Miles Sanders in because I don't think they have anyone else. And Miles Sanders was hurt last year, but he was still going to hit over 1,000 yards if he would have played all 16 games. So if that's what they're going with, I understand it a little bit more, as opposed to being more focused on what they did last year.
Because I'm just looking.
You can throw Melvin Gordon in. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he actually had a pretty solid season with the Broncos.
Because even when I look at like Joe Mixon, I feel like Joe Mixon, Ezekiel Elliott, and Saquon Barkley, all three of those guys fall into the same category. Joe Mixon is sitting at 9 on this list. He played 6 games last year. He averaged 3.6 yards per carry. It wasn't impressive at all. Now, we know Joe is a dynamic, very versatile back when healthy, but he wasn't healthy last year. He wasn't that last year, and the same can be said with Zeke. Yeah. I mean, it was times where we said with Zeke at the end of the year where he wasn't even looking like the feature back in Dallas. And that ultimately was drawing up the conversation of would they look to do anything with him because of his contract and what's remaining on it. But they got him at 6 on this list. At 7 on this list. I'm just like, dang. And he was receiving first place votes as well.
So who would you bump up and bump down? Here's the problem,
Aaron Jones has to be bumped up.
You know how I was just talking about next year, though? Yeah. Josh Jacobs, they just brought in Kenyon Drake. And Kenyon Drake's no scrub. He almost had 1,000 yards with AZ last year.
In fact, Kenyon, I will put Kenyon up here as an honorable mention.
Okay, yeah.
Because I thought since he's been in Arizona, man, he's been super productive, man.
I think Jonathan Taylor's got to be in this top 10.
He balled out last year. And when we saw
I'd maybe bump Mixon off. I'd maybe bump Mixon off, but oh my God. I know you like Mixon. That's about it. I don't know about the order. The order's just so weird because McCaffrey at 5, I get it. He was hurt. Same with Saquon Barkley.
And same
but when
with
those
Zeke.
Dudes are right, you got them top 3 for sure.
Very true. But like to me, Aaron Jones at 8 is blasphemy. Like Aaron is a top 5 back.
Ooh.
And that's with these other guys being healthy. Aaron has proven that multiple years now. He can catch, he can run. The big knock with Aaron is the top end speed. He gets caught a lot.
So
he's super, he makes plays. He's like ultra productive, man.
So do you like Aaron Jones over Barkley, McCaffrey, just based off the injury stuff?
No. So hear me out.
How you bumping him in the top 5?
This is how I'm doing it, man. I would probably keep Henry, keep Kamara in there because, like I said, we're not giving the specific order of it.
Doubt you're dropping Cook, huh? Were you dropping him to 8?
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Why you got to come at me like that for Dalvin, man? I like Dalvin's game. You done made it sound like I'm a Dalvin Cook hater. I actually like his game. I'm a fan of his game.
He had a big year last year.
He did. He's been good. I just don't feel like he's as good as I would want him to be. I feel like he could. I don't know. I just watch him and I just feel like he's missing something. But it's hard for me to put it on. Like, I don't know if it's the top end speed. I don't know if it's because he's not the most, elusive back or if he's not the most powerful. I don't know what it is, but it's just when I watch his game, I say, good, really good player, but I always leave feeling like I wanted more from him. Whereas when I watch Nick Chubb, I don't feel like it. When I watch Kamara, like when I'm talking about on games, not an off day for Dowd, I'm talking about in his on games, it still doesn't hit to me the same way Alvin Kamara does. It doesn't hit the same way a Derrick Henry on game hits. You know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
And that, like a Christian McCaffrey or a Saquon game, like we've seen when Zeke goes off, like, dude, it's different. Like, I just feel like with Dalvin, it doesn't quite get there. But I would have Dalvin at 6, though. That would be in the top. He's top 7.
I'm kind of with you because we took some heat for saying in a single game, do or die, we would take Leonard Fournette over Dalvin Cook. We took a ton of heat for that.
We did.
People just want to look at the stats and stuff, but
it's just different.
Leonard Fournette, you want to talk about those style of runners.
Yeah, man.
You talk about Nick Chubb. I don't think you were wanting more from Leonard Fournette with his playoff performances. Now, Dalvin Cook's had some good moments too, but
and like I said, Cook is a dope player. He's a dope player, man. Game. He's a dope player.
I want a dude like Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, can you throw him in there? I think the thing that's tough with him is he's still going to be splitting with Ronald Jones.
He's splitting.
If neither of them were splitting.
And didn't they just sign another running back? No, it was the AP was trying to sign down there, right? No, I wouldn't mind going down there.
I think you're right.
It was Giovanni Bernard. That's who they signed. Yeah, I was say they got another guy.
Yep, man. Yeah, AP
is
still
Shady
trying to go
still
there.
on the roster? Or no,
no. He's looking for a new team.
He's trying to get a third. He's trying to go 3-peat. He's trying to 3-peat it, man.
Sign with the Steelers. We don't care.
Hey, man,
it seems like you're good luck over these past couple years.
Seriously, right? Come back to the home team, right? Come on, man.
Exactly. So you're dropping Cook to 6. How's Jones getting to 5?
So this is how I'm gonna look at it. Henry, Kamara, definitely in there.
3.
I'm probably
moving Chubb to 3. CMC.
Like I said, I'm not giving a particular order of like 1 like who's number 1, who's number 2, number 3,
You don't
number 4,
want to
number 5.
show your hand too.
No, because we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna definitely give that, but that's later on. That's not today. But probably those two. McCaffrey definitely is in there. And I'm going Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is in there. After that, man, you can make the case for Zeke. You can make the case for Saquon. You can make the case for Chubb. But after that, that's how I look at it. I think that Jones right now, off of his past 2 years, has been a better player than those guys. I mean, I don't, it is what it is. I watched the tape. That's how I believe it. That's my opinion of it. So, yeah, man. It's just that those guys have the hotter names. Like Zeke is a hot name. But realistically, Zeke these past 2 years, has Zeke been that? No.
He's been falling off a little bit.
No. Zeke these past 2 years is not the 7th best back in the league. In fact, he got a number 1 ranking on this list. Like, that is name recognition. That is believing what the dude did in the past.
I do think he's going to bounce back this year.
I think he will, but I don't think it goes back to what it used to be, though. In terms of him being like tough. That dominant, like, the offense could go right through him. I don't think he's going back to that.
I mean, based off his rookie year, it's tough to go back to that because it's been downhill ever since.
But even when it was going downhill, his second and third, he still was
still top 2, top 3 in the league.
Whenever Cancun happened, that's where it shifted. Was it Can or was it Cabo? It was Cabo.
I mean, that was his whole contract.
Yeah, that was
ever since he got the contract.
Whenever that happened,
really
it changed, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think he should still be on the list. I think I'm sticking with Barkley and McCaffrey, though, and even like Chubb over Jones. Now, if they get injured again, then I'm just believing in them being back like 100%. Yeah. So because you're right, based off the last 2 years, McCaffrey was hurt.
So you like Barkley's the top 5 as it is. You don't think Aaron Jones should be in the top 5?
No, I'd keep him around where he's at.
Okay.
Actually, here's the problem, dude. Because Kamara and Henry for sure, you got them in your top 4. Dude, McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, when they're right, they're top 2 or 3.
Yeah, when they are healthy, they get after. For 100%, we can't knock that in the least bit.
So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. If they get hurt again, I can't keep doing that. So I'll put them in the top 4 and like drop Cook and Chubb down. That's it. I'm just moving McCaffrey and Barkley up. That's my main thing.
I could see that, man. So who do you? Well, no, we ain't gonna give you a number 1 today. We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that.
It's Henry, dude.
We'll wait on that.
I gotta say, I think everyone agrees.
Nah, man, I'm going Joe Mixon, honestly, bro. I ain't tripping. Y'all, yeah.
I do want to bump Jonathan Taylor in the top 10, though. I think I'd bump Mixon off.
Jonathan balled out, man. He looked really good, and especially because it wasn't even expected. Like we knew he would play, but we weren't expecting him to be the feature.
Marlon Mack, he got hurt.
He got hurt. What, week 1, week 2? Yeah. And we all thought it would be Hines that would kind of get a little bit more of that role, but
he was more of the pass catcher for them.
Jonathan came in and showed like dude can run inside, outside, can catch. I mean, we saw was it the screen pass he took to the crib on us. We were just
got
so bad.
Back, right?
Hey, I still looking trying to figure out how that flag like what happened on the play. Okay, wherever it was, we thank you. Whatever you were looking at, Mr. Ref, we appreciate you greatly.
We did get blessed on that one.
Yeah, which is exactly why I said I never complain about the refs, man. People, that New Orleans Saints game, new referees. Hey, man, I never complain about it. Because that day, for a fact, I'm still trying to figure out where that flag came. I don't know what was the flag. What was it for? Show me, point to it, circle it, highlight it. Where was the error? I don't know, but we're thankful for it.
We want to relate this to the Steelers somehow.
Man, Najee's going to be up there.
I was just going to say,
Najee for a fact could be up there next year.
I think he could because I think the bottom.
Yeah.
I think the bottom 2 or 3, I'm not as high on Jones as you, but I think those guys can be out of the top 10, especially Jacobs.
Jones is going to be fine. I'm looking at a guy like Jacobs. Jacobs is going to take a hit when you talk about King and Drake. Joe Mixon, it's going to be interesting just to see, okay, if it's healthy Joe Burrow back, are they really going to run the offense through Joe Mixon?
We're talking
Or are
Zeke
they going to be throwing that rock? Zeke is another one. Zeke can't have a third year like what we've just seen 3 years in a row of. That's not going to cut it. They'll mess around and release him just because of his contract. That's where he's at. So I feel like he's either going to have to show that he can return to form or he's going to fall out that top 10. So with Najee has plenty of room to bump in here. I just think with Aaron, he's still going to be able to produce. But actually, Aaron Rodgers, if he leaves, that changes a ton. Because now he's facing packed boxes. Even with Devontae Adams out on the edge, it's different when it's Aaron Rodgers throwing that ball when it's Jordan Love back there.
Yeah,
you know, like now we're not saying that Jordan can't come in and be like Justin Herbert. If that happens, Aaron Jones is going to be fine. Devontae Adams is going to be fine. But if Jordan isn't like that, if he does struggle a little bit early on, Aaron Jones going to be facing packed boxes. Think when Dak got hurt with the Cowboys and how all that attention turned to Zeke. That's what it's going to look like for Aaron. And Aaron isn't the same caliber back as Zeke in terms of Zeke can do it by himself. Like, if it's healthy Zeke in those first couple years, Zeke, you can have a stacked box. I've seen it firsthand where he make a guy miss and he wins the game-winning walk-off touchdown before the overtime. I've seen that happen. We've seen it, okay? Zeke is more than capable of doing that, and he has the frame to bruise you, to thump you for 4 quarters so you will physically be hurting when you're done. Aaron Jones, that's not his game. Aaron Jones is a space player. Aaron Jones, I don't call him a product of the Green Bay system because I feel like that's a disservice to him. But the scheme helps him out, though.
That's literally what they say in the first sentence.
Stop playing, bro.
No, the first sentence of the one paragraph. NFC exists as a little bit of a product of the Green Bay scheme, but has big playability.
I'm like, you watch him on tape, bro, and some stuff is definitely schemed up for. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. When you're splitting hairs like this, it becomes negative. But some of it is like, bro, that's a fire scheme right there. Like, that's designed. Now, you got to make it work, and his athletic ability allots him that. But it is some stuff. It's kind of like when we talked about with Juju, right? His first 2 years. Juju and AB, it was like Juju putting up gaudy numbers. And people, oh, man, does that mean Juju's the number 1 receiver? But the football people were like, no, that's more of a product of his role right now. With AB over here, it just works out. And for Aaron, he gets that a little bit. That's all we say. He gets that a little bit. But it doesn't take away from the same way it doesn't take away from Juju. It doesn't take away from Aaron as a player. But if Aaron Rodgers isn't out there, that could definitely impact Aaron Jones' productivity in a major way.
Yeah, definitely. So is that all we got for
it's
running backs?
It's still room for Najee, though. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think we
Still
should see him
backs,
in the top 10 of next year's list for sure.
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity here. He's talented.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good running backs, but with those bottom 3 or 4, you could easily see a scenario where they're out of that top 10, which leaves room for some of the guys in the honorable mentions, which I think Najee Harris has more upside than those dudes.
Yeah.
Than Kareem Hunt, Clyde, Miles Sanders. I just think Najee has more upside.
Nah, I think you will, man. So Najee should definitely be on this list next year. So hopefully we're calling it here first, man.